What are you doing? Guys, I'll be back in a second. Trent, sit down. Go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Black Desert stream. My name is CM Shirna, and Kashima is not here, so Trent has been operating the console and didn't know where the button was to transition the scenes. So unfortunately, starting off on a good foot. There he is.
What up? All right, I'm here. I have to take this thing off.
All right, so if you're new to the streams, generally what we'll do, we'll introduce ourselves, which you have. I'm CM Shirna. He's CM Trent.
What up?
Then we'll go through some of the state of address stuff. Then we'll go through the patch notes. Then we'll go through a little bit of the events, show off some gameplay, and a Q&A at the end.
Yeah.
Do you want to get us started?
Yeah, but we actually need to do this properly. So just gonna wait for a little bit for everyone to roll in. In terms of the state of the address, what we're gonna talk about is some of the back end process of what's going on in terms of the patch and whatnot, because we've been gone for about a month now.
Yeah.
A month and a half or something. And that I need to explain as well in more of a serious tone. So let's go from there. Nearly 2 months?
It has been nearly 2 months. The last one was November 20th. November 22nd update.
Jesus, it has been a while. Okay, let's do this. Actually, do you want to handle the camera while I just take this for...
Yeah, sure.
All right. And now, unfortunately for the one Trent show that no one's going to want. Right. Is the sound okay right now? Sound is okay. Okay, let's start from there. So we've been gone for about 2 months, and what ended up happening with this is that we had, you guys know this for the most part, there was a series of patches that went out in this, in the vein of stabilization. When we talk about stabilization versus optimization usually means, in colloquial terms, regarding lag and whatnot. Stabilization was more in regards to crashes, and we've been talking about crashes for quite some time. We were kind of busy with that, but on a more personal note, what ended up happening was I got very cynical. My cynicism pretty much got the best of me, and when we were kind of looking through a lot of the trends that were happening at the time in regards to some of the streams, we didn't really have information to give, and that sucked. Like, that actually sucked for us. And cynicism is probably the word that I hate the most in the English language. I genuinely hate it. But it got the best of me. And I legitimately thought, well, there's not a lot of people that really want these streams right now because we don't have answers. We genuinely don't. At least during that time. And it got the best of me, and I'm very sorry about that. Because what ended up happening was, and I was wrong about this, was... people sent us a lot of messages saying, like, dude, you should have just, like, done the stream and take a hit, right? Like, this doesn't make sense. And I was kind of rocked by that. I won't say who specifically said those things, so there's a lot of people who said those. But here we are to have this conversation again, because a lot of those patches went out without any clarification or, how do I say this? Without any details regarding what the patches were about and how they were helping. And so that's what we're here to do today. That being said, and I keep talking about cynicism, especially my own cynicism, we had just found out 5 minutes ago, 5 to 10 minutes ago, that one of our... I'll explain this. When we screw up, I'll take it. Here I am in front of you, and I'll straight up take it. When the patches go out, there has to be communication between platforms. Unfortunately, certain communication has not come back from certain platforms. And that kind of sucks. And because of that, we haven't been able to push certain things properly. This is what's terrible. By the way, I'm not going to respond to chat just yet. I'll say my piece first, and then we'll kind of go from there. Because the communication from certain platforms has not come back yet, we can't do our update today. I know, right? And this is what we have to talk about. The major update that is today regarding the reworks cannot come today. And the reason for that is because for some reason, that communication from those platforms has not come back. And yes, here I am, right? Now, that being said, the update will be happening with reboots sometime when that communication comes back to us. And that's what sucks right now. Yeah, I know, a lot of people called it. Yep. A lot of people called it, I get it. And that notice has been updated, and I'm here to give you that news. And that has been, what do you mean? Yeah, right? The communication between the platforms, what ends up happening is that we send these builds, we send it to them, it's supposed to come back, it hasn't come back. And yeah, that's where we're at. Now, in regards to the straight up patches that have been happening in our absence in general, we had a lot of different patches that went out. 2021 was it started off kind of hot, and then it dropped. Call it 100 for what it is. It dropped a lot since August. In August, it was pretty bad. And since August, it's been bad. So yeah, we're gonna keep going from there. When it comes to the patches that went out, because someone was asking, and we need to kind of clarify this right now. When the patches went out regarding stabilization, we released a series of patches, one of which was the now heavily memed memory optimizer. The memory optimizer, what it did was to kind of reallocate how memory was working, and it did work out quite a bit. The monster data, the NPC data, translation data, character data, all of those patches were consistently going in the case of how that data loads in and how the specific consoles are able to read said data. And for the most part, that's going to keep going. It's not so much as that we're done with the translation data or the character data or NPC data or monster data. It's what we have to kind of keep going on. And going to keep working on that, which means it should help with a lot of the crash rates, not so much as the optimization of the game in general. Optimization meaning lag. This is meant to fix mostly crashes. Regarding the two other things I have to talk about, which was town/character data. The way that character data loads in on towns, something that we pushed, I believe. Do you remember when it was, Shirna?
When what?
How the character data loads into towns.
Which one? Which update?
I believe it was after Christmas. After Christmas, there was basically a thing where how character data loads in specific towns and how that kind of works out, and that has been happening. Despite my cynicism and despite my actual anger about this, all of these patches, we can say 100% have reduced crashes by quite a bit. Quite a bit. And if I can give you those numbers, I really would. But I can't. And again, the cynicism kind of sets back in. But the crashes have gone down quite a bit. We also understand that from a player perspective, this still isn't the right place where it needs to be. We also are not happy about it. It sucks. But we're going to try and keep making sure the crashes go down at a certain rate. And then when that happens, we're going to try and bring back RBF in those right circumstances. The way that RBF will come back, Red Battlefield, the way that RBF will come back will be with the new Valencia map that was talked about before. When was the last time we talked about it?
The Valencia map?
Yeah.
Calphion Ball.
At the Calphion Ball. That's the one that will come in with the RBF stuff. The next thing, right? So RBF, when it's ready to come back on and in terms of like the crash rates going down, which it has been, when that comes in, it'll come in with the new map. The other side of things was when Xbox One S and PlayStation 4 Slims were forced to have default costumes on, regardless of the toggles. And that will be somewhat rectified in the next update, not the coming one, but the one after. Maybe with the coming one. At this point, we're not sure. But where the toggle will actually work for them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It sucks. I know. But people were correct. And this is what I kind of mean. And this is what I'm deeply apologetic about. When we bounced away for 2 months, it was out of my cynicism. Legitimately not anyone else's. It was out of my own. And then we get hit with this news. So this isn't going to help me, but it is what it is. And for the people that are upset and they're angry, I get it. For those of you who are saying, don't be mad at them, they're just the messengers, I honestly would rather you be angry at me. Because this sucks. I want to curse, but this sucks. And I don't want people to defend it. I don't want people to defend myself or people's anger. I don't mind anger, but I mind the cynicism within me. And that's where we're at right now. Now to look at chat, and I imagine chat has not been good, right, Shirna? Trend-wise? Yeah, no, good. Make sure we actually send all this crap. So that is my unfortunate, long-awaited appearance in a certain sense, and it's crap. I really wish it could have been better, but it's not. Maybe saying it a little bit earlier would have been better. In terms of the delay, I can't. And I'm sure I'm going to get in trouble for this crap, but I found out about the delay 5 minutes before you did. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. That being said, for the people who are here and who still want to be here, we're going to go over the actual reboot because the reboot data is there. We're just waiting on the feedback from the platforms involved. But yeah, there will be a coupon code for sure. We'll talk about the patch notes. We'll talk about the events that will eventually come in the next update and go from there. Sharon, do you want to come back?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You took that a little bit further than I thought you were gonna.
Because my frustrations were there.
Yeah. All right. My mic stand decided to give up the ghost. All right. So yeah, it's delayed. We found out literally just before the stream started that, we can't push out the update. One of the things as well is the partners. A lot of people do end up giving mandated holiday pay, mandated holiday through December. So maybe that has something to do with it, but literally we found out just before the stream started. And as we said, we do actually have the data in the game, so we will be able to do that. At least showcase what's to come. And once we find out when it's coming, we'll make sure to hit everyone up in as many places as physically possible and let you know when it's coming. So the character reboot, we're not going to sit here and read everything. We weren't going to do that anyway, but if you can see, the update is actually a lot. The reboot is massive. But with the character reboot, we're going to introduce GM Silver into Battle Arena, which will allow you to dip out of wherever you are. So if you're in like Abyssal Zone or you're, deep in Histria and you don't want to leave, you'll be able to just pop to the BA just pop to the BA and you'll be able to reset all your skills and skill add-ons, which are being reset when the maintenance eventually comes. I got to try and not say January 5th as much, but when that comes, you'll be able to do that. The level 62 passive, Unyielding Might, has been added, so this will be your level 62 passive that will go on every class, including Shai, who never previously had a high tier passive. Some of the changes as well, there are character damage ratio changes, so the amount of damage that one class does to another class, that will be changed, as well as the speed stacking, slow stacking, and resistances. They are also going to be changed. There are some pretty...
I like that you say you're not going to go into super detail about it, but still are.
This is just the starting part.
Can you explain what the skill reboot is while I press the blue button?
The skill reboot?
Yeah, because you just kept saying skill reboot and no one knows what it is.
Oh, the character reboot, the class reboot. Basically, every class in the game is getting modified in some way or another. Classes such as Shai are getting a couple of new skills. She's also getting 20% damage increase and increased range on the Florang, so our senpai is going to be absolutely unstoppable, but every class is getting a rework. This means like your warriors, your zergs, all the way down to your Lan. Even Hashashin, Guardian, Sage, and Corsair are getting tweaks as well. Not full changes, not as much as the older classes, which are getting like new skills, new passives, new ways to link those skills, that kind of stuff. But they are still getting looked at and still a little bit of tweaking on those classes as well. But that's basically the character reboot, is that every class is going to be getting modified in some way or another, some more than others, but pretty much everyone is getting done. Also, before I forget, the summons have been changed as well. This is one is actually important for everyone to understand. Summons are being changed so that they no longer have the minimum AP cap, which would be 120, I believe it was, for most of them. That is the maximum damage that the summons would put out. So you needed that AP to do 100% of the summons damage. That is gone, and it will now scale with AP, which means if you want to use summons to kill people, you need to build AP. It should stop the DP shenanigans of certain Uki classes, but we'll find out once it comes in. Winter season early graduation will be in with the next update as well on January, whatever, when it comes. I almost said it. The nice slip up there. The winter graduation will be coming, which also brings the Capodia necklace.
All right, because people were asking about that, what the actual thing was going to be.
It is the Capodia necklace. We can guarantee. Even though it's been up on the website for a couple of weeks, we received quite a lot of questions about whether it was real, whether we just made a mistake because I actually wrote the wrong thing. I wrote Capodia belt instead of necklace, but
yeah, it's a neck.
It is the Capodia neck with the
You wrote belt?
graduation. Huh?
You wrote belt?
I wrote belt.
Twice. All right. Okay.
Yeah. But it had the necklace symbol there, so it confused a lot of people. But yeah, it is the Capodia neck, which will be coming. Right. With the winter season graduation, if you are a new character or a new player and you haven't already done the Bestial quest, make sure that you do that. That will allow you to transfer all your Pen 2 Vala into Tet boss gear if you're a seasoned character. If you're an older character, you won't be able to do that one more time. If you have already done it, you will just get the boss gear exchange coupon, which will allow you to change for one piece that is yours. Essentially, that is the boss gear stuff there. Was there anything else? Okay, party UI and the memory usage when first logging into the game, they have been improved. Those are stabilization methods. That's that. Then there's some character changes. Witch Wiz is finally getting resurrection. It's
This has been
finally
confirmed?
confirmed. It's in the patch notes. I was told it is 100% in.
Okay.
Witch Wiz are getting their resurrection skills. And there was another one that you really wanted to push, was the Tamer dub fix. The dub fix is in on Tamer. Then I got some character skill balances, which I'm not going to go into. This is Hash, Nova, Corsair, Sage. Quite a few changes on those. Okay. So, I shouldn't have had so much coffee before the start of the stream. Okay, the Scroll of Equilibrium will be able to be exchanged for the Secret Scroll of Pure Equilibrium, which will allow you to transfer everything, weight, inventory, I believe, things like that, to another character. But I need to double check that because I can't actually remember. It's been a while.
How do you get the scroll?
You can get the scroll from your challenge window if you haven't already until February 9th. So if you logged in once between December 11th and February 9th, you'll be able to take the Scroll of Equilibrium. Then you need to take that to, I believe, Alustin in Velia, where you can change it for the exchange coupon, and that will allow you to completely exchange everything from one character to another. If you find a new class within the character reboots that are in. Anything else? Pet Exchange UI, you now see a percentage on the skill that you're going to learn. Done.
Okay, and the rest are just the character reboots?
And the rest is the character reboots. It totals up about, if I remember correctly, 160 pages of A4. Something like that. It's a book. What we have done to make it easier / better for us to put up on our website, we have separated them into 4. So there will be 4, which is Warrior, Sork, Zerk, Ranger, I think is the first one. So we've separated them so you'll be able to find your class pretty easily. It also helps us when we upload them onto the game. So there is a lot to go through. Try going through your own class first to see what's there, and then if you feel that you want to look at another class, take a look. There is a lot to go through on those, and if I sat here and read it, it'll take about 3 hours.
So we'll show us parts of it and then kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Patch note-wise, we're good?
Yeah, patch note-wise, we're good.
I forgot the event notices on that table, so I'm just going to take yours for a bit.
Thief. Thief.
Oh man, we need that blue button. Man, I miss Kashima.
I'll press it. I know, Kashima goes to France and everything goes wrong.
So when the update happens, we have events that are ready. Some people were asking about it in the midst of all that. One of which is the Cafras extraction event. So during the event, when you extract your Cafrases, it'll increase from 95 to 100%. And the money that you use to extract it will go down from 100,000 silver to 1 silver. This is all in the name of the rework of when it comes in, so that you can take out your Cafras from 95% to 100% pure extraction, and from 100,000 silver to 1 silver. The other thing that will also come in is basically a New Year kind of thing. So a New Year celebration of sorts. One of which will be a coupon that will be released when it happens. Blessing of Old Moon pack, Artisans, some season-related stuff, as well as some other kind of goodies. Also, during that event period, if you talk to the Black Spirit, you can get an item drop rate buff of plus 22% for about 60 minutes, but it takes 20 energy to get that. There will also be some playtime rewards and all that kind of good stuff. Logins that will start at a different time than when the update goes live, as well as the Lara event. So when you go to Lara, you can give a joyful pouch of fortune, which you get from, I imagine, grinding. And then when you do that quest, you can get gold bars as well as a buff of your choice, which could be an item drop rate buff, a skill EXP buff, or a life EXP buff. Now, one of the other events that people were asking about was in regards to the reboot, the Marnie one fuel experiment. So during the event period, if you log in and check your challenge menu, you can get an Armstrong skill guide of 1 day, Cliff skill guide, excuse me, Cliff skill add-on guide, and a Marnie's unstable fuel, which can be done once per day, or once per family, sorry. And during the event period of when it goes live, the amount of Marnie's unstable fuel required for the item copy will be decreased to 1. You do not need X amount of unstable fuel. You can just use the 1 and then go from there once it goes live. As well as the Mysterious Knight. So the Mysterious Knight is coming back to help you with the skill rework, the skill reworks and stuff like that. You can get a skill EXP buff of plus 300%.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to have to press the thing. Can you turn on the controller so that that's not the first thing that's there? Oh, I pressed the button already.
There we go.
No, there we go. All right. So.
I'll go by and chat for a sec.
Yeah. Some people are asking for like extensions or whatever. Because of how short notice we had, unfortunately, we haven't had time to discuss any of that. We'll be going back and discussing and seeing what we can do in the meantime. So bear with us on that. We are kind of stuck here. We don't have a chance to go and talk to the people that need to be talked to, but I'm sure the team that are at their desks right now, they are on top of it. I'm going to show off some of the newer things here. So we do have them in their newer costumes with their newer looks. So we'll go through the classes that are getting the main reboot, which is like your warrior, ranger, sork, lawn. Come on, man. Why is your animation so long? Zerk. I know it's Zerk, and I know people are probably tired of seeing me talk about Zerk, but that's my favorite of the reboots. Then we have Tamer with questionable ears design there, but you can change it. Shai doesn't get the visual reboot, but Striker gets his. Turn around, man. Hurry up. All right, then Musa. Many people thought that we forgot about this class, but we also have Mehua, Bam. Then we have Mystic. And I will not be playing all of these classes because I will not do it justice, but there is the Valkyrie, Kuno. You can see perfectly fine Ninja, DK, turn around, and Wizard has now been changed to blue. Archer has sideburns at least, but unfortunately does not have the full beard. That's Wizard. Archer, who, looks preppy, I would say. Kind of looks like Gact, if anyone remembers, like Malice Miser in the early 2000s. And then we have the witch costume here. So those are the classes. And what I will do is first, you wanted me to go onto Tamer first to show the dub-dubs?
Sorry?
Trent, you wanted me on the Tamer first to show the dub-dubs?
Yes, please.
All right. As you can see, we haven't properly beautified some of these classes, but we'll show the fixed dub-dub. Show Guardian. Guardian is exactly the same. She does not change visually compared to, let's say, the other classes. But
So before we start with this, the dub fix, which has also been a point of frustration, but not in a as negative of a way. One of our users, Panda, had given us a video of a suggestion of how to do dub. The worst part was, like, we've been working on that suggestion, but I couldn't say it. Like, we've wanted that in for God knows how long. It just didn't work at the time. So yeah,
I think
what
you're
is
off camera.
WW forward movement? So tamers have tamers. Sorks do as well, but the way that their button keys or button inputs work was slightly different. And tamers' situation was a little bit stressful. Not gonna lie to you, it was a little stressful, but that suggestion has finally made it through, along with some of the other skill reworks that are going in. We finally get to have our WW movement. So you just hold it, and then do your thing.
I don't know what any of this means. I don't know Tamer at all. All I know is they got a puppy, and that's the puppy right there. But that's all I know about Tamer.
Yes.
That's literally okay. Then hold on. Oh well, no one else is here. It's fine, and it's that one here. There we go. Okay, so the combat on Heilang has been improved. As you can see, they are blue skills. I am just killing grass beetles. I wasn't prepared to show combat on this, but since I'm here. So the blue skills are the Heilang skills. When you're off Heilang, those inputs do something else. But the combat has been overall improved from what I know on top of Tamer. On top of Heilang, and you can also sprint. Wasn't that something that was added with this? Could you sprint before?
There's quite a few things with it now. So
You're probably better to talk about this than I am because you were heavily involved.
I was more heavily involved with Tamer and a few other classes essentially. But the way that the rework worked for Tamer was not just for endgame players to be able to do their thing. It was also for new players to kind of ease into the class. The dub thing is a console exclusive because that was horrifying for a very long time. There were some people who were saying that like maybe we shouldn't have to do that for console because it's not something a lot of people need to rely on. But yeah, it's a core function of the class. So at least that came in. And a lot of, like I said, the skills got streamlined.
Okay, so I don't know what else I can show on Tamer because I'm not good with the class. Believe the skill they got was the Awakening skill. I could quickly... Okay, so Tamer didn't get a new skill in pre-Awakening, but they have had Heilang completely reworked to be, from what I've been told, a lot more useful. And then in Awakening, Echo Pierce is changed to Legendary Beast Stance Echo and gets extra improvements there. So one of the other things I should mention is that some skills have been deleted off classes. Some of the more useless skills have been deleted. And the effects of those skills have been re-rolled into other skills that are there. And as you may notice here, bam, 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 everybody gets a new face if they're a reworked class. So they are updated on here as well. I'm going to log in on the Shy, because why not? Okay, we're going to reload on here. And then, yeah.
Which are you going to now?
Shy, because, yeah, Shy. All right, so Shy has been vastly improved. Oh, I put it on cooldown already. Try This is one of their new skills. Hop 3, as you can see, there is more range with the class now, and there is an overall 20% buff on every skill that does damage. Okay, can I do it? There we go. Oh, I pressed the cancel button again. But basically, she gets a superior movement skill, which allows her to zip across. There's a bunch of new linking skills. Yeah, do it. And that can be zoomed twice. So you can double bounce twice. And also, I believe, I don't have the ability here, but Gather Round now gives you a boost to your gathering speed after using it. So you use Gather Round and you get a gathering buff, a short increase in speed, I believe, but I haven't checked it out. Doo-doo-doo. But yeah, basically, Shies are incredibly mobile. And do it. Do the skill. Right, skill. Where's Yahoo? She doesn't have that many skills to look through right here. Yippee. Oh, it's Yippee. Okay, forward RT, A to jump, B to boost. And you can use back or RB to... There we go. Woo! Yeah.
You do need stamina.
I do need stamina, that is true. But YOLO. And you can also Tony Hawk skateboard with the A button to jump. And yes, it burns through your stamina. And yeah, that's that one. But overall, Shy has seen a considerable increase in efficiency, especially in PvE. I think she's become as good as she once was. Like, a lot of people will remember how good she was when she launched. I'd say she'd be around that kind of space again. She is pretty good. I didn't really set up anyone else other than my Zerk. So yeah, WW Fix is in for the Tamer. The damage buffs on Shy, as well as the range buffs of all Florang skills. 2 new skills in not Go Away. Yippee and Try This, is it?
Yes.
Try This is the other one. And yes, unfortunately, we can't let you play this right now, but...
Right. There's a couple things I do want to mention because when some people just kind of came in, they heard the wrong thing. So the reason why the delay is happening is because there's some communication errors. What is going to happen is that our next update,
Yeah.
the one that's going to happen, is going to be the reboot. It won't be until, it's not that the reboot's wrong or anything like that, it's just, So, yeah, can't give you a timeline on that though.
Yeah. Basically, nothing is wrong with what's in. It's just we have to wait until we can get it pushed, which is the unfortunate part, as, we were planning to be much happier in this.
Sorry, one thing is, I do want to say, right? Yeah, because our words mean nothing. You don't need to defend us. This is what it is.
When is it? We're still waiting on finding out when that's going to be. As you said, we found out 10 minutes
Before the stream, we'll find out later tonight on, in Korean time, later tonight when the update can go out.
Yeah.
Hopefully, later tonight. So yeah.
I mean, Lava Piercer turning into the dog, beautiful. And how quickly it launches into Windslash. I'm finally gonna re-roll out of Awakening, I think.
Wait, why can't it though? Which part is the why?
So there is a way to stay perma beast mode. Y will be the unstoppable beast, and then you can use other skills into it. So for Zerk, we removed the was it last hit or final blow, something like that. There was a skill that in succession would give you different last hit modifiers. That has been taken away and replaced with the essentially permanent beast mode form that you see here.
One of the questions was, why can't the update be pushed? Basically, and I'm not sure where you're getting different kind of explanations. The reason why the update isn't happening today is because, that's great, let's go step by step. So basically, our company will provide let's say a package or a box with all the data that's in it in terms of an update. This then gets sent to both platforms. And when both platforms get this thing, they have to communicate back with whatever feedback or whatever the case may be and stuff like that. When that doesn't happen, it's not so much as that the update is bugged and therefore we have to do it. Because when that happens, I straight up told you. But when that feedback doesn't happen, we have to hold on the update. And that's what sucks. So the next update
Will be this one.
is the reboot, right? The next update is the reboot. When that is a little bit up in the air, which I'll find out later today. Hopefully.
So yeah, I haven't really had much chance to play around with it, but it does flow really nice. I mean, just
What about Odalita then? No, this is something that we've, I think Justin said in the last stream that we did 2 months ago, so it's been a while. But for the time being, we're focusing on the stabilization process of everything, which to be, and this is the only thing I can say, even though my voice doesn't say it properly, is that our crashes have gone down by quite a bit, but we need to bring it down even more.
yeah. I know not everyone has the same mileage out of what's been added right now, but overall, in terms of percentages, which is the key, the key thing, because if it was numbers, then that's modifiable by many other routes. But in terms of percentages, things have been improving. We're still working on it to bring it down more, as you said. But yeah, it's going down at a rate where we're quite happy with it. The Christmas Day update as well was quite big in terms of what it's managed to do, as well as the update that came out before it, which was the character data update, which I think, as you said, it was like the 22nd.
No, it was after Christmas.
Was it?
Or
No.
Christmas or after Christmas, but yeah. What are you showing?
Oh, I'm just messing around. It's Zerk. I can do this forever. The grab, I will say that I think, is it Corpse Storm that's been deleted? So Corpse Storm has been deleted, and it is now a add-on to the other grabs, which is, Rock Smash and stuff like that. So you grab, and you press RT, and then you'll start doing the other movements and extend that grab out. But one of the things with this update is all grabs pretty much have had their cooldown increased. So, for example, Smackdown, as you saw, has been increased to 15 seconds. I think most of the Zerk skills are 15 seconds. A couple of the more powerful grabs have been increased even further. Like, I think, is it Lon's grab that's 30 seconds now? One of them is.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble. So one thing that we want to mention, or sorry, not one thing. The someone was asking is like, look, when you get the information later today, what does that mean and where does that go? When we get the information today, we'll be able to say when that update will be. I'm not in a place to make you a promise of like it won't be in 2 weeks or it won't be in a month or whatever the case may be. But the effort on the console team is to bring it as soon as possible rather than let's hold it till summer, It's going to be hopefully as soon as possible, and that's the effort that we're going to go with.
Once we get the go, we'll be going with it, is essentially what you're trying to say there.
Yeah.
And that also applies for the other things, such as any further stabilization updates we're planning to push as soon as we can, as soon as they arrive, as soon as they get verified, and as soon as they are okay and good to go, we'll be launching those.
Later tonight is when that information comes in.
Yes, the information.
The
not
information comes
update.
in later tonight.
Unfortunately, we didn't find out, as I said, until pretty late that the update would be later. So, Do you want to mess around with the Mystic?
Huh?
Do you want to mess around with the Mystic?
No, I'm trying to field the questions. Did he say a month? No, I'm saying I can't make a promise right now until I get that information. In which case, we'll have to explain it.
Which one would you rather be, Suck or Awakening? And I'll field the questions.
Awakening.
Okay, there you go, bud. Knock yourself out. Show what's new. And I'll find the update for you in my list. This is the most prepared I've ever been in my life.
I have 2 skill points. What do you mean?
Knock yourself out.
What did you set me up with?
Dude, I gave you all the tools you
There's
needed.
22 skill points.
All the skills you needed. Every single one of them. All right.
What am I going to show with this?
Right. Just do it. You know what you need to do. Give yourself the skill points. Can you remember how to do it?
Yeah, I got it.
You got it. Okay. Keep sharing the blame, even though this update has been ready since the 22nd. It hasn't been ready since the 22nd. Just because something goes in on PC doesn't mean that it's going to be ready for console as soon as that. There has to be quite a few steps we have to take.
No. What they mentioned, and this is what I agree with in terms of our chat right now, is that when it was initially brought up, it was meant to be a global rework.
Yeah. And we had to
That's
delay
what it was.
Well, it wasn't ready. So unfortunately, we couldn't get it in.
Like that's what they mean.
As you said, right? Someone's taken the month comment and think that now it's going to be delayed for a month. It's not going to be delayed for a month. It'll be delayed until we get the confirmations that we need in order to make sure that these go out to your consoles. If you're unaware of the system, basically, as you've said before, I'll change it up a little bit. We do the work, we send it off, it gets okayed, we release it. Essentially, there's a breakdown in the middle of there that we're waiting on, and that's essentially where we are right now. We're in that middle part. We assumed that we'd get the okay to push, and then we found out that we didn't, or not that we didn't. We haven't received the communication in that middle part, and we're waiting on that. As soon as we get that, we'll be pushing this live.
Once we get the data.
Once we get it done. Yeah, once we get it done, we'll be pushing it live. It's not that we're waiting on anything else with this. It is literally just the okay to go.
Honestly, I would just say let's just head into the Q&A.
You sure? Yeah. I was going to take my mic over there, and I'll go sit over there.
It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, we're not going to see Mystic then. Oh, switch back to gameplay.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to see that right now.
Once we get the confirmation, we'll be doing it as soon as possible.
Yeah, all right, did I not do that already? Okay. So, my frustration is kind of similar, but I also kind of see it on our side, which was, because some people are saying, like, look, this update's not going out, however, Pearl Shop still goes out. We explained it before, that's more on the server side of things that we can do. But, and I mentioned in the past as well, like, what are you doing, sir?
I'm preparing myself.
Oh, is this going to... Okay, we're back to the Trent show. Okay.
No.
We're back to the Trent show.
Everyone can hear me. I hope. I haven't broke the mic. I moved my microphone over.
And I also believe this to be true, where people are saying that, like, it's still a really bad look, so why would you do it? And I agree with that. I actually agree with that, and that's something that I want to talk to people about again.
Show Mystic.
Show Mystic? What do you mean?
Show Mystic.
Why am I showing Mystic?
Why not? Show Mystic.
I feel like there's a lot more questions. I don't... Legitimate people in chat right now, do you actually want to see the gameplay? Or do you just want to go into the questions and talking about it?
I'm going to put you on anyway. Right. This stream should have ended 2 minutes ago. Oh, 2 minutes into. Oh, yeah, we apologize for that, that we have to keep you here.
Show Mystic, show Striker? What? Yeah.
Some people take things a little bit weird.
That's what I mean. Like, they don't care for the gameplay. So, yeah. Move in.
I mean, we love the game too. Like, legitimately, I don't know why you would think that wasn't the case. I'm going to throw up the coupon code.
Well, bring me to main. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. All right.
Okay. So, so the... Why should I... I'll explain that in a sec. So, the coupon code is Reboot initiating. What it will give you is the 3 hundo scrolls for skill and for combat, which I would say keep it for when it comes in. Which one?
No, I'm giving you a notice, a reminder.
Yeah. So why show the update? I mentioned it in my frustration monologue in the beginning, which was due to my specific cynicism regarding, and honestly pessimism in general, regarding streaming and not having right answers or answers that people wanted. I felt that maybe we shouldn't do it because that was what a lot of the comments were. And it's seeming like it's like that today again as well.
But
however, when people were saying like, but it just looked like you didn't want to talk to nobody and hide away from the criticism, it wasn't so much as that. It is we were trying to figure out how to deal with all the patches that were coming out and work on the patches. But that wasn't right, and that was on me. And for that, I deeply apologize. I don't think that's on anyone else but me.
Someone said it's a huge pun. Well, it wouldn't have been a pun.
It wouldn't have been.
It wouldn't have been a pun if we were allowed to do the update. Yeah, it wasn't an intentional. We will own up to puns like anyone else. We did not intend it to be this way. So yeah.
If you get the okay, can we get the update this week? If the date is correct and we're able to do it, then yeah, we're going to try and push it as fast as we can, and that's kind of what my goal is. I'm sorry, I missed a question, but yeah. So in theory, if you got the cert
tomorrow, would you be able to push it tomorrow?
Yes, but the word you're using is incorrect. Cert is something completely different. Cert is there. It's a different step in that process. I don't know if you're in development for the person who asked that, but the word cert is incorrect in that one. But yes. Any communication is better than no communication. I agree, and that was on me. Legitimately, that's on me. That's on no one else but me. Are we getting the Garmoth boss?
Are we getting Garmoth boss back? At the moment, no, and it's not that anyone is holding it back. It's that it's still being tweaked. Like, there are quite a few issues with it regardless on console. So we're looking at making it better.
Aside from Garmoth and
Vel,
Odalite, and all this kind of stuff, regarding the data, that is not the thing that we're focusing on. It's the stability of it all. The stability of it, in terms of the game, and you guys know this as well as we do, there were a lot of crashes happening regardless of what platform you were on. Obviously, older generations were having more issues, and it sucked. And the crashes have gone down. I don't think it's at a place that we're comfortable with yet, and obviously players aren't comfortable with it either.
But the direction on the graph and the percentages is the right direction.
Yeah, it has gotten better in terms of crashes. In terms of lag, it's different.
Yeah.
Do we get the update today? No, not today. Is the item drop event carrying forward until next one? That one I'm not sure. I know Costa and GM Costa and GM Grana are working on trying to figure out how the events are going to go in terms of how it goes forward.
And the events that are currently planned most likely will turn off with the... depends how they're set, but if they're set the way that they're normally set, they will turn off automatically.
At a certain point.
Yeah. We need to look into what we can do to bridge this period more than anything else. Like, what we can do for the events that are currently there, if we can bridge them, if we can extend them, great. If we can't, we're going to have to try and find something else.
When or why not introduce potato mode? Regarding our initial investigations with potato mode, it wasn't helping console in general, but it's something that is always toyed with in terms of an idea of like, well, what else can we do in terms of stability and memory and all that kind of stuff. If it helps in the way of, if it helps, then it's always on the table. But we always go back to that idea anyways. So far, it hasn't produced enough results. Can you press the blue button? It hasn't produced enough results for it to be warranted.
Can we get a gathering item drop event? As in, like,
for
the ginseng that's currently in? Or
gathering item drop?
that kind of stuff?
For life scaling stuff related, right?
So like black fragments and Kafra stones and spirit dust.
Oh, why can't? Oh, sorry, QB. That was your question. Why do you guys only do it every 2 weeks? Why can't you do it as soon as you get a green light? A lot of it is honestly on us as well, like the way that we handle our updates and the way that we want to push in certain things. We mentioned this in previous streams, and I don't mean this out of anger. We mentioned this in previous streams where the process in which we send, when we send this package, is different from if we were to be, let's say, on Steam or on our own client or on Google or on the Apple Store. And because of that, those updates are slightly different. I know other games may do it every single week, but for us, it isn't that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah, the letter was wrong. I don't know who wrote that.
Which letter?
There's a letter that went out, and I gotta talk to someone about it. It says we do weekly updates. It's supposed to be bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
It's bi-weekly updates.
Someone asked, why does
Wait, hold on.
No, let me deal with this.
No, because it's in regards to this. So the minimum wait for the reboot update is 2 weeks. No. So it was supposed to be today, which would have been the 2 week mark. And the process and all that kind of would have went through. However, due to communication issues, it isn't going in today. So as soon as that communication thing kind of goes through, then we can kind of get it in. So if you get the authorization tomorrow, would we have to wait till 2 weeks? Hopefully not, but that's something I need to find out later tonight.
But we're planning once we get the okay.
That do it as fast as we can, yeah.
Okay, someone asked, why does the Pearl Shop open faster than the world map? And this is something I do want to touch on.
Okay.
The main thing about that is the amount of data that is loaded upon opening those. So the Pearl Shop literally is a black screen with a character model, and it's considerably less heavy than a world map with topological features as well as weather features, all the icons and stuff like that. It's considerably heavier in terms of memory usage than the Pearl Shop, which is a black screen. So that's why that takes it. It's not anything nefarious in terms of programming. It is literally how heavy something is compared to something else.
Yep.
So the Pearl Shop is considerably lighter in that it doesn't load as much at the same time, whereas the world map, everything tries to load at the same time. It's a heavier function.
Yeah.
Can the update still come this week? That's the hope. That's the pray. We want this to go out as soon as possible. However, there is a chance it might take a little bit longer, but once we find out, we'll let you guys know.
Yeah. And I know, because some people are just kind of like, man, they just keep saying the same thing. I know, but people are asking the question, and it's on me to actually answer that. What about RBF? RBF will come back with the new map when the crashes are at a better rate than what we're currently at. It is at a much better rate than it was a month ago, but we want to bring it in a safer environment.
The equilibrium scroll will be in the next update. You will be able to exchange that. I think the full details of that is already up on our website of what it will be able to do. But it should be already up.
Yeah.
So equilibrium scroll once the update goes in. No, unfortunately, Christian, we're not just trolling you. We literally got the information a few minutes before we started. When
it comes to this kind of stuff, I think it'd be in very poor taste to actually intentionally troll people the way that we did.
As much as I love poor taste, unfortunately, that's too bitter for me.
It would have been done in really poor taste, and what has happened? And
F11.
The reason why Shirna is not on screen right now is because Caution was not here today, so he's handling the chat stuff as well as camera-related stuff. There is no camera right now, but he's the voice in the sky right now.
Someone asked if the Node War Siege War stuff will reinitiate and reset. It will reset when maintenance happens because we have to take the servers down in order to do that. I don't know if that's been thought about yet. I'm sure there's people scrambling around for it, but yeah, once the servers go down and we do the database work that we need to do during these kind of things, that's when they will be taken down, not before. So if it goes on past, let's say, Saturday night for you guys, it won't be reset. It will be reset when the servers go down, if that makes sense.
When I send a report on a crash, do you
Same for
guys...
graduation. Graduation will also happen after the next maintenance.
Yeah. When I send a report on a crash, do you guys get it or does it go to MS and Sony? It goes to all of us.
Bunny, we're not taking down the servers today. That's part of the issue. So someone said you're taking down the servers just for a Pearl Shop update.
No.
We're not taking down the servers today, unless the maintenance can go in.
No, that's not what happens.
Yeah, we're not doing the maintenance today. It is delayed until further notice.
Yeah. That being said, we'll have more information later tonight.
Trent, what was the issue with Resurrection?
Hmm?
Do you want me to talk about this?
Where is this?
Resurrection issue? All right, so with witches and wizards, the resurrection skill on those classes used to be a click to use on PC, and we didn't have that. So you needed to interact with the object in order to resurrect it. However, on console, you can't interact with a dead body in the same way, so we were unable to do it. That skill has been changed, so it's more of a I think it's resurrect a nearby ally now instead of like select which one you want to do. So the resurrection skill should be in and will be able to be used, from what we've been told so far, for witches and wizards. So that is the issue and how it's changed, and you will now be able to use it after the update. Show us, please. That would require us to have two accounts on the screen, unfortunately. But you could load up the wizard and take a look at the skill and make sure it's in there.
You don't have a whiz.
Witch, maybe?
You don't have a witch either.
What is with the tagging event? Okay, so the tagging event, you will be able to tag any character that you want with another character as per usual. But when you're doing the item copy, it will now only require, for the event period, 1 Marnie's Unstable Fuel. That is the one item that you can buy. Usually you would have to buy enough to make up, I think it's 10% of the total cost of your gear that is unique to the character. So the weapons and armors, I believe. Actually, no, it's just weapons, I think. But basically what's happening is you will be able to use 1 Marnie's Unstable Fuel to gear copy to another class. Only the gear copy, the tagging and that system is all the same, but you will be able to gear copy for 1 Marnie's Fuel.
One of which will be given through a challenge
with
board.
the rework. Again,
Yeah.
most of the stuff we're talking about here will be once the update drops. So when the update drops with the rework and the reboot characters, that's when the Marnie event will be active.
One sec. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that this actually works. Also, when Shirna said, indefinitely, it still means we're waiting till tonight to figure that out.
Here's a question I haven't seen in a long time. Altar of Blood, when? Honestly, with Altar of Blood, it was disabled long before we started to do other things with the stabilization process. It's being looked into and reworked, but right now we've just taken it down. It's been taken down across every platform because it wasn't as entertaining, I guess. It's down for a rework, essentially. But once we get that reworked, we'll find out about that. Part of the event should allow single item tags. I mean, there has been the Marnie's process fuel has been given out a little bit lately. That one. Can we get guild log fixed? We need to look into it. It's something that seems to break at every random opportunity. When we switched to daylight savings time, it disappeared again. We fixed it, and then it disappeared again. So we're trying to hunt it down and see what's going on with that one.
Res is in.
Huh?
Res is in.
Res is in?
Yeah.
Do you want me to switch it over so that you can show?
It's fine. I'm just going to leave it.
No, I'm going to switch it.
Yeah, I'm not showing it. It's on the tooltip.
There you go.
Yay.
But she's not resurrecting anything. He's already alive.
Because that's not an ally.
Rough.
I gotcha.
That's rough.
Will you disable the Pro Shop until you fix the game, or will you... Huh? The Pro Shop isn't on the platform. The Pro Shop's on us. In terms of how server-side and client-side works.
When will we be able to align our skill cooldowns how we want so they have a fixed location on the screen? It's something that has been discussed, and right now it's not I don't want to say not possible. It's just we're not able to do it at this moment due to a couple of extra things that it adds to the game. So right now we're not able to do it, but we are looking into it. It is something that's on the list of things to do, along with things like the two-seater, fix the kill notifications, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are on the to-do list.
Has cannon shots disappearing from firing ships had been brought up? It has, because I know I've gotten quite a few messages about it. It has been brought up as time goes on. But yeah, that's not something that I'm unaware of. No, don't feel bad for us. And
Okay.
yeah.
I want to deal with Puppet's thing here. We only have one spot to farm Black Magic Crystals, and it's packed 24/7. Sulfur Mine, Black Magic Crystal drop increase is a joke. Nothing drops there for hours. Your thoughts? So, as someone who regularly partakes in a Sulfur Mine grind, I felt the increase in that before I would get pretty much 0 per hour. Now I'm getting 2 or 3 on a good time. Normally it's like 1 or 2. I think the most I got is 6, but that was a particularly lucky hour. The reason the increase was so big is because originally Black Magic Crystals in that spot, the drop was ultra low instead of low. So it basically boarded up roughly with a couple of the others. Centaurs, yes, it is probably one of the better spots to grind for Black Magic Crystals. However, I find relative success in a couple of other places like Star's End and Sacryer, I think. I haven't done Sick in a while, actually, but I do Star's End, and I get a decent amount of BMCs there, the glove ones.
He's lying about sulfur.
What?
He's lying about sulfur.
No, I'm not. Legitimately, I get a few. It's not every hour, but some hours you get more than others, and then you take the average. So if I get like 2 in the first hour, 1 in the second hour, and 0 in the third hour, yeah, that roughly makes 1 per hour. But
6 to 9 an hour
I'm
in
not good
history.
at doing example math. But I do generally get some. It's nothing to write home about. It's not exactly the best spot for BMCs, but they do still drop.
Yeah.
It was increased from basically nothing to something. But they do appear elsewhere. Centaurs is the best place, but is it the best place, if you know what I mean? Like, we use the differently there. There might be other places that you might enjoy more. That still drop Black Magic Crystals. I know Star's End definitely does, because I was grinding there last night and ended up with about, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? About 6 in an hour, but that was with the Old Moon Scroll. Was given out recently.
Can we talk about losing features and haven't gained any content? The reason why we haven't gained any content is because of the stability of it. And this is in regards to another comment as well that's in chat, which is performance is an overarching term. There's stabilization, optimization. Optimization we're working on it initially, and still are to a certain extent, but stabilization is the main priority. Stabilization regards crashes, disconnects, things of that nature. Optimization regards lag and frame and all that kind of stuff. Right now we're working on making sure that the crashes don't happen. And then once that's at a good place, then we go back to optimization, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And Or it's going to be released way later. Maybe. But right now, I think the direction in which we're going in terms of stability has been good. It needs to get better. There's no question. But yes. Are we getting kill feed? Shirna talked about it already.
It's on the list of things to do.
It's on a list, but right now, again, like I said, stability first.
And it does. Yep. Okay, some people think like, how does it drain resources and stuff like that? One of the issues we've kind of faced is that we're running out of space in the RAM. I guess would be the best place to put it. But like modifications have been made that would add extra things to the memory, which makes it difficult.
In terms of specific numbers and whatnot, can't say it. I can't.
Is it still going to be server downtime tonight? No, there will not unless we can get the maintenance in.
It's not. It's confirmed for sure that it's not happening KST later tonight, which means early morning for some of you guys. But it's not happening tonight. We are going to learn later tonight when it's going to be possible. I can't promise you a certain date or timing of some sort.
What about revamp for Giffins? I mean, I assume it's on the cards, not just for us, but it's one of those things that has been talked a little bit about. Yeah, something that has been talked about.
Who told you Black Star Awakening is coming?
They're looking at the countdown timer and see the Black Star Awakening weapon is there and making a leap. Unfortunately, that's not the case. It was chosen because A, it looks cool, and B, it looks cool. And for that, the countdown timer, unfortunately, the rule of cool won out over everything else.
Why is PA still trying to optimize for old gen? And this part I can say emphatically, which is, despite what you may see on streams or on videos or whatever the case may be from users and Black Desert players and all this sort of stuff, not everyone has a next gen. They just don't. And I'm disregarding the chip shortage, disregarding the fact that there is not enough stock of next gen consoles for a lot of people. The fact of the matter is that when we look at the data in terms of our numbers, we can see specifically who is playing on what device and for how long. And so when it comes to crashes, we can determine specifically which consoles are having those issues and to be able to optimize that. I think we have been a lot better about, no, I shouldn't say that. The crashes have gone a lot better. The optimization will probably have to start back up again once the crashes are good. So once the stability is good there, then you can work on optimization. But I think it's disingenuous to say that, there's no reason to work on old gen, because technically it's really not that old, is it? It's in the sense of like numbering. Spec-wise, possibly, and that's something to think about when we go further down the road and see that the people who have the, next gen or current gen versus old, and it kind of works on that.
Okay, hold on.
It's almost 10 years. That's what I mean. Like, I get what you mean by that in terms of like the time period, but regardless of that, we're kind of just a little bit down the line, and not as many people as some may believe have a Series X or a PS5 or whatever the case may be. No, it is. I agree with that with the old part, but yeah. We keep having to delete things from the game to support old gen.
We haven't deleted much. Like, RBF has been disabled. It's not deleted to try and help anything. Like,
What have we done?
I think what they mean is like RBF got removed.
Yeah.
And therefore, like, we're deleting content that we have. More that it was, disabled, but it's still, it's just not able to be accessed. It is still there, and it's still going to be coming back. So that's the thing there.
I agree. Yeah.
It's not removed from the game. If it was removed from the game, the buttons would have disappeared. It has
That's
just
still
been
not
disabled.
a thing. You deleted mobs? No, the mobs exist now.
Yeah, the mobs have been back. That's one thing that obviously could be done again, is to reduce the mobs. However, no. Right now that's not anywhere near where we're going. We just brought them back 2021, the beginning of no, let's not remove monsters again. But that was done a while ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Which one? I imagine in terms of removing certain things.
Or why would you bring up that you're remove monsters?
Oh, okay.
Why would you bring it up? Yeah. Oh.
Tarth, I'll take a look into that after the stream. There's quite a few things that I'll have to discuss. Tarth, if you can DM me if you haven't already, then we'll kind of go from there.
When's Altar of Blood? Altar of Blood has been disabled everywhere. No idea when. If it will be making its way back. No idea about that at the moment. When everyone gets information, I'm sure it will be shared, but we have no information regarding that at this point in time. No, okay. Rip is saying that we did the stream on the Xbox and it must be a PlayStation fault. The thing is, Trent, do you want to talk about this one? This is more your forte. What is up with the PlayStation 5 right now?
It works.
It works.
I don't. No.
We didn't have enough.
No. If I keep going into all the fan theories that keep happening, I'm kind of good against that.
It just wasn't set up.
At the moment, it wasn't set up the way that it should have been, but it is possible to do so. And Destiny stopped updating PS3 and allowed everyone free migration to PS4. Why can't we just release BDO next gen and next gen servers until everyone can migrate? The situations are slightly different, and I know it feels like, but it's the same. It is a different situation internally, both in terms of PS3 to PS4, PS4 to PS5, etc., etc. But that part can't be talked about. The reason why, screw it, I'm just gonna talk about it. The reason why we didn't talk about do it on the PS5 today is because when a PS5 build kind of goes through, we have to essentially on a dev kit do a bunch of shenanigans to make sure that it works, right? And the reason that we have to do a lot of shenanigans is because the dev servers and the way that they operate is very different from how the live servers work in terms of the connectivity. And so for those shenanigans to go through, as well as finding the news before we started streaming, it just wasn't viable at the time.
Someone said, actually it was hideous. The Global Labs has a ship despawn after X period of time. When is this coming to console? Because it will help performance. It's something that has been heavily suggested from us as well. The fact that it's making it into the Global Labs is a good sign. When we get it, we're unsure. But it is something that we have discussed quite recently, actually, as to whether it would help or not. So we'll see how that goes.
Why did y'all disable the outfits on old gen?
Right, I'll talk about this one. I got this one. So, one of the things is we are going to be bringing in a function, not this update, but a coming update, where you'll be able to turn that back on. So if you're on the older gen, the super old gen consoles, you will be able to see other people's costumes. It was disabled because we needed to see how much we could, stabilize with those costumes disabled. And if we made it an option to begin with, it would have been pretty difficult for us to see that because people on those older gens would have maybe turned it off and we wouldn't have been able to tell precisely if it was turned on or turned off. Like when looking at the crash rates, we'd have just seen this system crashed. We wouldn't have been able to see like the exact settings they have. So we put it in to see how it would go. So we disabled the costumes. Things have improved. We're going to make it a toggle option in the future. Basically, but by default, I think it's still going to hide, but you will be able to turn it on. So it was more of a test to see how much it would affect and how much it would help. And it did. So we're going to add a function to toggle it on and off in a coming update. Not the reboot update, but hopefully in a coming update.
Not add a function. The function's already there. What happens is older gens can't use that function. So they'll have the ability to use that function.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Anything else? The when questions are gonna be tough to answer at the moment. Let's do things AFK offline. That was a suggestion that was brought up. I know that part. I know that was definitely suggested a while ago.
Someone put fixed Tamer WW, please. It is fixed with the reboot update, which when it comes, will be there.
When it happens, yeah.
When it happens, it happens. All events that are supposed to be starting with this update will start when the update drops. We can't drop them earlier or start them earlier before the update drops because they contain data that is needed for the event to run. Therefore, when the update drops, the event should start.
People in chat, thank you for answering questions and whatnot. Servers will not go down for that. Where did it go? There was another question. Will we be compensated for all the Kafra / Ancient Spirit Dust that we have lost since RBF has been down? At the moment, no. Immediately, no. When RBF comes back, we've been trying to bring that up, and I will keep continuously bring that up. Essentially, what some people had wanted was when, and I mean within the community, give Ancient Spirit Dust to everybody, which would have not been okay. Kind of want people to kind of earn it. And so maybe if we can create an event of when RBF does come back, it will compensate for that. But at the moment, there won't be an immediate compensation.
I mean, we have been looking for events and adding events that do add Ancient Spirit Dust and things like that to the game, such as the Ginseng event that's open right now for the life skillers. So we have been looking to bring it in other ways, but it hasn't been in the PvP stuff. It still requires some things to do. So the Unknown Ginseng event was brought in for that reason. We've been looking at other ways to bring that kind of stuff in the Ancient Spirit Dust / Kafras to mitigate that. So we'll continue to do so, and at the moment.
How can we earn it with it removed? I mean, when it comes back, an event will probably be made for that to happen. Most likely, maybe not. It will have to depend on. Why not a dust event for RBF, like 2 times dust? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's things that are being considered at the moment, but I don't think there'll be like a mass compensation for just about everyone. Anything else?
Kashima, keep his head up. Kashima is probably asleep right now. He's currently not with us.
In the country.
Well, I mean, you take that however you want it, because I know Kashima probably isn't listening, because I think he's flying today, right? Isn't he flying back today?
I'm not entirely sure. He went back home for the holidays, and super happy that he went back home because he really missed home.
Same here, man. It's one of those things. He did not die. We worded that intentionally.
Not we. No. There's no we in that. There's no we.
I worded it intentionally. No, he literally has just gone home for the holidays.
And doing his due diligence to stay safe.
Yes, 100%. Mainly because he's also going to be quarantined when he gets back, but he'll be working from home, which means he might not be here for the next stream as well. So we'll see about that. We'll grab him and throw him out and stuff. Graduation will occur when the update goes out, so it won't be today / Now, this is where it's going to get complicated. Because I was going to say tomorrow, because for America, you're like, 7, 8, 9 o'clock right now, I think. So tomorrow would be when the update usually goes out, but it won't be until the update goes out. How about that? Remove today and tomorrow, because today and tomorrow is relative to where you are. Sorceress WW, that's been fixed for a while. That's been out on the
That's been there
console
for a while.
Can I see Shirna? Trent is bothering me. Sticks! Look, man, I know you got an axe to grind with the old Trent, but no, I'll work here. Unfortunately, I haven't been jotting down as much as I should have, but I'm going to go through the whole stream again after this and just make sure that we have everything that we need to take. Just push immediately when it can. Pretty much that's the plan, I believe, going forward. Jeez, the way that this chat is working.
I know what's happening. Okay, cool. I'll bring that one up again. Yeah. With the... I know why people are upset with the Sork Dub-Dubs. That is my next thing to go from there. Trent delivers all the bad news. No, it's not that. The reason why I wanted to be the one that kind of says it up front is because, like I said, there was a point in time where I was like, you know what, doing this is probably not the best idea, and I kind of made a call on that, and I was wrong to do so, because there was a lot of people who were like, you gotta talk.
Okay.
Because it's, and no, I'll explain that part. And so, like, it was kind of tough to not do it, because I wanted the communication, but at the same time, when we were working on the background patch and stuff like that, that was more important at the time. But I felt that it wasn't warranted to do an update stream talking about said thing, like, we fixed some of their character data, without being able to give the full details about it. But I was wrong in doing so, so I apologize.
The Sork WW stuff is pretty controversial in that some people like the way it is, some people don't. Like, I know there's opinions on both sides. I've been monitoring that because it came up during the character reboot stuff. Not whether it would be changed or what, just that was some of the feedback that was given. One person would be like, oh, make WW this way, and then someone would be like, no, don't do it that way. So that's something that we...
No, the Sork Dub thing, I get it. I just tried it.
I get it.
Like it's...
No. But some people actually like it that way. That's the thing.
I know some people like it.
Because it's, from what I know, isn't it better to mix into combos if it's tap?
There are certain people who are very strong about that. Yeah, I'm actually with Chevalier Knight with that. Like, that's, there's a... Do you want to try it?
I know what it is. It's
so,
something.
Seeing as you think Sork is bad, try playing Tamer. That fix is coming in when the update happens. Tamer's one will be just you push forward L2 or LT and then just hold it, and it'll kind of work that way. I'm not so sure when that can happen for Sorks, or if we're going to do that for Sorks, but let's see. I'm going to... Sork's talking muse volume. We'll kind of go from there. If you, once the update comes out, if you feel that the Sork Dub-Dub should be the same as Tamer Dub-Dub post-update, let me know, and then go from there. Let's take that one step at a time from there.
If I remember correctly, there is a... all right, let me be clear. I hate playing against Sorks. I hate Sorks with a passion. I see a Sork, I die. I can't fight that class for love or money, right? But there was talk, if it has an easy way to WW everywhere, with its current set of basically, iframing Princess, would it be too strong? Now, I'm not sure how I feel about it, because I already think that Sork is too strong. I don't think you needed even a reboot. I thought that literally you could have been left alone. But, Sork's got the changes. See how it goes. But
I don't think you're allowed to talk about Sorks.
no, I'm not. It's similar to Vaux. But
Yeah,
Sorks,
you're not allowed to speak.
But against Sorks, I will get rolled 9 times out of 10 by a Sork.
Okay.
I find it very hard to play against that class.
I find it very difficult to make the connection between that fact and why Dub Dub doesn't need to work.
Because some people believe... No. It's not that it doesn't work. The Dub Dub thing, some people believe that it would overcharge the Sork a lot more. I don't believe this, but that's what I've heard in contention at that point. It would overcharge her and make it too strong.
Like, to be fair, I was the one that was supposed to take all the hits from the community today, and now suddenly, since you started talking about Sork...
No, I'll take the Sorks. I'm finally playing a Flavor of the Month class once this update goes in.
Based on what you said, you clearly can't take Sorks, so...
I can take quite a few other classes. I cannot take Sorks.
Regardless of what Shirna just said, right? Sorks in chat. Let's go with the reboot. Let's see how the Tamer Dub Dub works out, and if that's something that would be better for Sorks in general, I'll try my best to make sure that goes in.
Yeah.
I will legitimately try my best to make sure that goes in for Sorks as well. Let's see how it goes. Yeah. Because you're right. The Sork dubs is odd.
It's all right. I'll admit, it's pretty odd.
We don't know it's better. We don't know it's better yet, but we're going to go with this.
It's something that we'll bring up. And it is something that we'll push pretty hard for. Yeah.
Calm down about Sork. She's strong already. Come on, man. Like, let's not.
See, someone agrees with me.
Yeah, you have one person.
I'm not the only person. But remember, a lot of the things that we say about classes is to, especially right now, with the way that we're talking about Sork, now that we've poked the bear a little bit on this, there's been quite a bit of conversation in the chat, which allows us to take that back. Thank you for the discussion on Sork's Dub Dub.
Live is asking for a warrior showcase. Unfortunately, we have no actual good warriors to play warriors. What is Dub Dub? Dub Dub is the PC command for WW, so forward.
Double tap left stick up.
Yeah, the way that works on console is kind of right. So we want to make sure that works properly on Tamer post reboot. For me, it feels nice, but I want the feedback of the people who play Tamer to see how that works out. And if it works out really well, I mean, let's try and put that in for Sork and make whatever concessions need to happen for that to happen.
Leave Sork, I'm not going to say that word. Leave Sork in a bad spot because Shirna doesn't like it. Put that in the patch notes. Love to, but unfortunately, I don't get to make those decisions. And I am at the whim of submitting what you guys say more than what I say. So if it gets, again, my opinion most of the time is the same as another person's opinion. It's one voice in a loud cacophony of audio. But yeah. We're definitely going to bring it up and push for that. Leave Sork alone.
Any BMC events coming up or ever going to come back with discussion, they'll come in. Like, we've talked about the BMC, or Shirna has talked about the BMC stuff for a while. And we're going to kind of go in from there.
Do we have time to show Valk?
Not really.
So the update,
not really.
The update will be the character reboots and a few other things. But it won't be coming today. Unfortunately, we've had to change the maintenance time. So we'll be pushing that out when we get the go sign to do so.
Ninjas are going to be pretty good too, though. Like, ninjas have a pretty nice thing coming in for them. I think the reboot in general is going to be pretty sweet for a lot of people. It'll be nice.
I will say it is going to be one of those things that to start with, especially if you play on muscle memory.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tough.
Yeah, people who play on muscle memory might find it a little more awkward to start with because you've got to relearn those muscle commands.
I think the only people, legitimately, and I don't mean this as a joke, the only people that won't have trouble starting off are Shy's. Like, Shy skills are just better,
Tweaked.
and you get, they're just better in general. I like them.
Shy's
And
cracked.
they,
You heard it here first, boys.
I don't believe Valkyrie goes zoomies anymore.
No, they removed the echo.
Oh, wait. Oh, I said zoomies.
You did. What were you trying to say, Trent?
Zoom, zoom. Like, but Shy's go zoom. The Tamers kind of go zoom. And Valks don't get infinite zoom.
Will we get 200% rage skill without the rage transfer? I very much doubt that would happen. The 200% rage skills are balanced in a way where they're designed to be awkward to get. That's why they're pretty strong.
How about switching Sork Dub to...
I will say,
Yo, that's not a bad idea. Okay, I'll take a look into that. That's a good one.
unless that input is using something else.
Yeah.
Uh,
Kuno goes zoom, zoom. Absolutely. Kuno goes super zooms.
I will say, like, going, like, Musa, the Awakening Musa,
Yeah.
pretty nice.
It takes a little bit for people to get used to those classes, but life skills is being talked about. I'll get to that in a second. So
The Scroll of Equilibrium will also be with the update.
With the update.
today.
The button presses and stuff like that for the skills will be with the passionates in general. I think the Shy class is going to be really fun to play. I'm glad that that's happened. It's been a, to say the least, a very big struggle bus for all of us. I'm sorry for a long... You good?
Taking my patch notes.
Oh, okay. And I've said this in the past, and I'll say it again today. Like, one of the many issues that me and Shirna had caused was we had this huge fervor for like, yo, Shies, like, we know there's issues, bring us all your stuff, we'll make it go happen. And then the Shy will happen, Shy will Part 2, and a lot of outcry happened. And it took until the reboot to happen. And even with the reboot, there was a lot of, yo, why not Shy? And that sucked, and I'm really sorry that happened. I'm glad that it's in a better place now. There are more things to work on, because I've already seen one of our more famous Shies on console ask me, we got what we wanted, let's talk about PvE. And I was like, come on, man. Like, we just, like, I mean, like, I love you, but, you know. So that's something to continuously look forward to, and I apologize for having that. The update, what?
Okay, I'll quickly go over. Someone asked about the striker stuff. Essentially, a whole bunch of changes to a lot of skills, and a lot of the linkage between skills has improved, and that's in succession or main hand. And then in Awakening, Landbuster has changed into Battle Cry. Flow Skullhammer is now Savage Somersault. So those are two new-ish skills. And then a whole bunch of fixes. That's the Flow Skullhammer, not the main Skullhammer. And then there's a whole bunch of changes to skills, and a lot of the linkage, again, between the skills has improved. So, yeah, that's basically the old Striker. But yeah, the Shy stuff has been, it's been a wild ride.
Yeah, our YouTube Shy has acknowledged the comment. I know, I'm really sorry that took forever, and I'm sorry that the reboot is, more information later tonight. But I think it's going to be in a good spot. I think it's going to be kind of fun for a lot of people. For me, as a Mystic, I'm kind of excited for it. At the same time, my Awakening Mystic didn't feel too many changes, like game-altering changes. So, I don't know. It'll be fun to try to test out all these new classes and stuff like that. What's wrong with Doom's two-seater? Sometimes when you go zoom, you can't take more than one person to go zoom-zooms. And that was an issue. So we kind of had to disable it until the stability and optimization was better on that side. When did... Oh, I imagine you mean why. Why did they exclude Shy from the reboot initially? I believe what happened was like... Right, personally, honest to God, this is what I think. I just think they got the number wrong, and they said a number, they got the number wrong, and they stuck with it.
Have you noticed that it's still 17 now, even though we had
Yeah,
the shot?
they said the number, they said it wrong, they didn't want to go back on it, and yeah. like
Put a
that.
little asterisk next to that 17.
And that's what happened. And I'll say this in the case of console, right? When the reboots were happening, it was like 17 classes and all this kind of stuff. There was a lot of people who were like, hey, I'm a hash and like, I wonder if this kind of stuff can happen. And I'm what was it? Coursera and this kind of stuff. And, maybe this is the time to change this kind of stuff. And we forwarded a lot of it. I know
Hash got quite a few changes.
Hash got a lot of changes, and a lot of them were based on feedback from all regions. And I mean this sincerely. Within our chat, we have a couple of Korean users right now, but we're taking feedback from Console Asia, Console EU, Console NA. All of you play differently, which is really weird. Then there's the PC side of things. So we're getting all the hash feedback from there, but I know a lot of CDOT's feedback was echoed by a lot of people. So, yeah. There was another question
There is
about...
another thing. I do want to talk about the feedback we gathered, right? The feedback itself might not have been 100% what you said. Like if someone's like, give us 800% damage increase on this skill. But that highlighted issues as well. A lot of it was highlighting the issues with the classes, seeing what's going on with everyone. So people are like, oh, Shy needs more mobility. She doesn't do enough damage. Her PvE is terrible. Give us this, and we take a look and go, well, most of the suggestions are looking into this kind of area. So then we take a look and focus down onto that.
Yeah. Sorry, I just laughed because as down and out as I am right now, and I know Puppet was quite upset as well, but feedback for the classes went in, but the feedback for the update regarding feedback has not gone. I was like, oh, that made me laugh. Yeah, it sucks. The irony's not lost on me. But a lot of the, yeah, Puppet, I know. The irony's not lost on me. Thank you for the laugh, as self-deprecating as that is. There is a... Despite what happened during today's stream, right? Actually, no, not despite. Because of what happened during today's stream, I kind of know this, and everyone knows this. Our community's dope, and we've had a lot of good feedback regarding updates and all that kind of stuff, as well as the reboot in general. And hopefully we can continue to have an ongoing conversation with it. How about instead of all the Shy nonsense, you triple voltaic damage and double its range? Dark Master, do you not remember when Awakening first came out? We're not going back to
lie,
that.
that sounds like something that was actually suggested.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Was?
Dude. Yeah, well, I'm already in trouble. So, one of the suggestions that happened was, everyone was kind of, around, right? There's this huge doc is look, on which this is what people kind of want and how to work on and stuff like that. And there was one that would just, triple the damage of Voltaic, triple the range, triple the targets, decrease the MP cost by 3 times. And we're just this has got to be a joke, right? And then you look at the amount of users that want it. It's percentage based on people who play it was really high. And we were like, what? No. Right? And then someone in the meeting is like, but what if? And we were just like, nah, homie, that's not going to happen.
Okay. Someone asked why if they missed it why the update won't be going out tonight. So I'll take this one.
Oh no.
No. I'll do it one more time, really quickly. Essentially, the builds were sent. We thought we were going to be able to do it today. Unfortunately, there has been some kind of delay, the communication or whatever. I think Trent, it is mostly the communication from what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting back for word. However, it doesn't seem like it will be today Korean time, but we're gonna, double check to make sure what we can do when we can do it. So essentially, there's a delay in the process. Once that's solved, we'll be able to go.
Why are we not getting our Shaki seal rework? I believe you mean the Shining Shakutu seals, right? There's something in there that we do not have currently, and once that comes
it
in,
is Shining Shaka 2 seal.
yeah, there's something in there that we don't have currently. I think we're
Actually, I think we
no,
did we not?
yeah. If we can bring it in or make an adjustment to it, then maybe yeah. But I know that's in the current conversations, but obviously right now we have more pressing matters. Unfortunately, like as blunt as that may be. Yeah. So, where was the other one? Could it happen on another day? Does it have to be Tuesday?
No.
No, it doesn't have to be on Tuesday. So, I'll explain this. We've had a previous updates where it was on a PST Wednesday.
We had one that was on a PST Thursday because it was Friday for us.
Yeah. We had a lot of weirdo days. So, like, the process isn't dependent on the days. It's just dependent on the time spent on that process. Yes, Sticks, I did see it. And so on what day it goes out doesn't matter. It's as long as the process has been followed to make sure it goes out. So hopefully, if we get good information back, we can push that as soon as we can. But I know that's the effort on our end. It's supposed to just kind of holding it in and all that kind of stuff. New to the game, why can't I see all skills on a whiz?
In the ring menu settings. Not every skill is able to be ring menued.
Yes.
There are some skills which are not able to be put there that you must activate manually, or they are a passive skill if you are new. So yeah. Where is Shirna? Shirna is controlling the PC because Kashima's not here. And with the way that chat goes, we have to reset it quite often, like press a button to make sure that it works. So
Dohep, you don't know that to be true.
new adventure logs.
Lies.
Right, new adventure logs. Same answer we give every time. It's been discussed. Unfortunately, I can't give any more information about it than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long has the update been delayed? We're unsure at this point in time. When we get the go-ahead, we will go. Until we get the go-ahead, we can't go.
But right now, what we're waiting on is information, and that will be given to us, as in the console team, later tonight. And once we have that information, we will share that as soon as we can, because, yeah, it kind of sucks. Do we still get graduation with the update? With the update, yes. It'll happen with the update. It has to be with the update.
So anything that does new, adds new data has to be weighted.
Can't we just delay Reworks update till next week? You were not here at the beginning of the stream, were you, sir? It's not so much as that, like...
It's not sections of the update that can't be put in. It's
Yeah.
the whole update can't go out.
Yeah. It's not that there's parts of the update that haven't been confirmed. What it is the package has been sent, but it's stuck in transit.
If anyone remembers, I think last year was very similar as well. The January period is always a little bit rough because there is especially a couple of offices close. Like they close for the winter break. They take a longer winter break.
I mean, yes, but
And
that's
then
not an excuse.
There's
But
there's a queue basically.
that's not an excuse, but
It's
that
not
has
an excuse.
happened.
It's
Yeah.
just what happened. We took no break.
Yeah.
No.
People in chat, thank you.
Yeah. To summarize the other updates. The other updates, unfortunately, I have lost a couple of pages somehow. I'm blaming Trent for this, but Conquest War will be reset with the update because the preseason ends. The winter season graduation, you can graduate from this update, but season servers won't end yet. But if you wish to graduate and get your rewards, that is possible to do so. Then there's some, in the main patch notes, there's some changes to Nova, Sage, Hashashin, Corsair. The Scroll of Equilibrium will be added with this update. There's armor that's been separated, a couple of fixes in the UI. There's some stabilization changes as well, but that's about it. We're also getting the list of possible skills and their percentages from pets.
Sorry, I'm looking at my phone because I want to keep looking at chat instead of just looking at the screen because sometimes the blue button gets stuck.
Yeah,
But
so basically, he does have the chat on his phone.
yeah, that's what I'm looking at as well.
Some people think that you're just there checking Twitter.
Yeah. Twitter? Oh, I don't have Twitter. Twitter's dangerous. Will the patch notes be online after the stream? It'll go out with the update.
Yeah, there's still... Okay.
Also, Doheb, thank you for clarifying it. That was really helpful. But,
Okay,
yeah.
Despite there being 220 pages of character reboots, there are still some changes that are being made to the character reboots in terms of things that have been added since that we didn't catch or those kind of things. So, yeah, because there have been a couple of updates in between when we got it and when, the other regions got it, we're trying our best to make sure that we get all the information that is applicable into the notices. So there are still changes happening, and when one comes in, it's a pain to find it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
We're splitting all that up. Yeah,
it's a lot.
Are we getting the character tag event? Yes. I imagine you mean the one where the Marnie's unstable fuel will only cost 1.
That would be in with
Yes.
this.
It will come with the update. Yes. Yeah. No, I agree, Rob. I genuinely agree with that. That's where the frustration is, and I get it.
Will we finally be able to auto path on Haylang? No.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
I worked on the WW, man. give me one of these. Give me one of these. I'm happy with the dubs, and we will see.
I will double check the Tamer patch notes quickly, but
wait. Oh right, because people keep asking about Hadoom servers. I thought people in chat have already told you the Hadoom server, or I imagine you mean Elvia. Yeah, I imagine you mean Elvia because Hadoom is mobile. But Elvia servers are not in the plans right now. Only, and I mean this in the sense of like, we're working on stabilization first, then optimization and content with it. Optimization and content kind of go in together. But the stabilization is the main priority. That's the biggest thing. Translation to Portuguese, when's it coming? I don't have a word for that. I don't have any word on that right now.
I will say the reason we use stabilization instead of optimization is because optimization for a lot of you guys means something very specific. And if we'd have just said, because the Korean uses the word optimization in the same place, but we use stabilization because it is a different area of focus. We're basically trying to stop the game from abnormally terminating. That's why we're using the word stabilization, because I have seen that come up quite a bit. It is purely because optimization means different things. Like we could use the word optimization to mean stability as well.
Which is why I would preface it that way. But optimization with content. There was one question, I missed it. What? Santiago, what's the question? There's a lot of caps in there. No, because optimization has become, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that whatsoever.
Update on the guild home servers. I believe it's being worked on in a conceptual stage. But I have no idea. When is RBF coming back? As soon as we can flip the switch for you guys, we will be doing so. But right now, unfortunately, there's still a lot of work to be done. There's still work to be done. Yeah.
Yes, that is what I read. I'm waiting on that question. Sticks, if you know the answer. If you know the answer, man. Gotta wait that one out. Are we able to fight in mansion spaces instead of going inside the mansion? Like you want to throw it down inside your own mansion and then have your own battles in there?
I have thought about that as an idea, actually. It has been suggested.
That's interesting.
Like a boxing ring. Like get your own little duel area. That'd be dope.
Would it be like an actual boxing ring?
Why
Where
not?
you just unequip all the weapons and you go poo poo poo?
As soon as you enter, man, it gives you 2 boxing gloves instead of your weapon, and that's how you do the fighting inside.
I'd actually be down for that, but technically, can't you already do that in the Arena of Arsha if you just book it?
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Can the mansion have more than 2 rooms? I mean,
Have I missed the question from YouTube again?
no. The way that YouTube loads in, it loads in a couple of chunks.
Can a mansion have more than 2 rooms? Does it not have different spaces already?
It has 2 rooms.
Yeah, it has spaces. Yeah, it has different spaces, so yeah.
In the courtyard, let us respawn like VA.
What? What question did I miss there? Okay. If it comes back up, the rest of YouTube will let me know because I think they all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about literally having my mansion courtyard as my personal BA. Oh, like gladiator stuff. That'd be kind of nice. Because I know Shirna did bring that up, right?
Yep. I've also brought in a couple of other things with that as well.
Yeah, oh, that's
Why does
interesting.
Perlibis hate Shy? If you've seen the reboot, Perlibis does not hate Shies. The reboot has been pretty kind, and especially ninjas, man. Ninjas got the hard end of the stick against Shy. A 30% damage increase.
Yeah,
on the damage ratios.
they get wrecked a bit.
No, it's exactly the same as the Kuno one. Now.
PC migration. PC migration is something that we've always talked about. In the sense of like, it's most likely not going to happen, but it's something that we keep bringing up. That is the one that we're talking about, right? I believe that's what we talked about. Can Shy get a PvP increase? They already got a damage increase, so...
They got a damage increase across the board in
Yeah.
terms of all skills, which means that it also bumps up some of the PvP damage.
Yeah.
It's not going to be, adjusted so that they're essentially a ninja, but in the hands of someone like Ara Senpai, the resident slaughter Shy, it probably will be looking like a normal class.
Who's apparently made his name on, PC Shy doesn't know of
man.
our senpai.
Yeah, I've been sharing his stuff. It's
Which is crazy.
horrifying.
I would say, Yeah, I'll talk about it. So, Underlinked. I get the frustration with it, and honestly, I would never say that someone's wrong in believing that. I think that'd be kind of tough. That being said, I think the more, if you look at it in terms of how much content has been put in the last 2 months, yeah, no, it's going to look pretty bad for how console is treated. I think in the amount of crashes that have been fixed since that 2-month period of when it was at like a scary high, I think that a lot of the focus has been on console, which has been really good.
And
It's just that I don't think you can kind of put... Sorry to interrupt you. I don't think that's something that you can make a marketing video and put a banner up, and if you put an advertisement like, guys, we fixed the crashes a little bit more this week. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that you can market.
And someone said, I think it was Hideous said, the crashes hasn't improved on PS4 at all. And I will say, in terms of percentages, it has considerably improved on both platforms. But again, there is a lot of mileage may vary because it depends on what your specific issues are. Like there will be some circumstances that will affect others more than others for some reason. We're investigating that as much as possible. But there has been an overall decrease in terms of crashes as a percentage of everything. So if we were looking at numbers and you could say like, oh man, if only 10 players logged in and, you know, that's going to decrease. That's not how it works because it's a percentage. It's based, it makes it more analytical instead of like having it based on numbers, which is a little less, not unfamiliar. What am I looking for? There's another word I'm looking for. That's like,
That's why we don't talk about statistics that much. I would say in the case of, actually, Hideous? Can you give your info to Delph and then let me look into it? Because given the platform that you're on and where you're logging in from, it should have been better. It has been better, given the numbers that we've been looking at. Please get that information, then I'm going to sort that out and see
The
how
word
it's
I'm
going.
looking for is reliable. It makes, when you're looking at percentages, it makes it more reliable than if you were just looking at numbers.
Yeah, because Hideous, that sounds really weird.
Does Succession Musa get any buffs at all? Quite a few, actually. Musa in general gets quite a few changes. Whether it's as good as people think that the Awakening is, that's up to you guys to determine. But there has been quite a few changes on Musa in both Succession and Awakening. But yeah, again.
Yeah, Hideous, I'll try and get a hold of you for a sec afterwards. If I can get to you. We'll see what happens there. Because I know the numbers across the board have been lower, but like I said before, we need to get it even more. Yeah, we need to get further down for sure. Can we tag 3? So I remember one of the questions that someone kept on asking on YouTube, which was, are we still getting outfits? I don't know which outfits you are specifically talking about, but the Pro Shop, for the most part, the update will still go. For the Pro Shop update, will still go as it is, most likely.
No, I don't think it will.
It's not going
We
up?
need to double check, but
Oh, because some of the contents might be different, yeah. So we'll have to take a look, but the Pro Shop updates are done more on the client side as opposed to server side. So when it comes to us doing Pro Shop stuff, we can, but depending on what's in there this time around, we might have to hold it. So yeah. Can we tag 3 characters in the future? Most likely, I shouldn't say not. But at the moment, I don't think there's any current plans for doing that. Especially given the amount of seasons that we've had. I think, yeah. I think we have enough leeway for players to have pretty nicely geared characters. Or decently geared characters, I would say. We need to be able to use more pets, and they need to be level 5. I don't know.
it's something being considered.
I'll bring it back up, but I don't like that. That one kind of hurts me a bit. Why can we only make 3 trial characters?
I mean, they will delete after 3 minutes with this next update, according to what's in there.
I don't know.
That should be changed with this coming update, and I know it should have been in the last one, and it was in the patch notes, and then it wasn't. But yeah.
So how many will you be able to do?
Well, no, it's not that we're adding more. It's that you'll be able to delete them really quickly.
Yeah. Deleting quickly, yes, but not probably more. I don't remember the initial reason as to why the limit was at 3 at that time. I don't remember that part. Yeah. I think I've answered the Berserk question too many times. It's a no. It's probably a no for now.
How was Christmas and New Year's? How was Christmas and New Year's to do like one to refresh the taste in your mouth?
It happened.
It happened, yeah. It honestly didn't feel very special this year. I don't know why. Maybe
I just cooked a lot. That's about it.
I think I'm just jaded.
What?
Yeah, it was nothing special on both.
Can our daily attendance stuff stack for? Oh, you mean for the mercenary buffs? So in the Challenger Wars, you have to log in for the mercenary stuff,
Yep.
but it'll never stack, especially if you forget it. Actually, I really want that too. I'll still consider it anyways, but
I want it because I never collect it.
Yeah,
But
I always forget
but
it.
Then I'd have like 800 of them ready to go.
That is true.
And I think that might be like
That might be the biggest reason.
I think it might be a data thing with that. Like in terms of the database, might not like if someone has like 365 of one thing not done.
Never heard you answer the question about fixing the HDR city crash.
The 4K stuff.
Yeah. Where are we with the 4K stuff right now? I don't remember specifically. Sorry, I've said a lot of stuff today. Where to go? Just to make sure I got the right person. Yeah, I don't remember enough about it. So the HDR crashes that were happening, I believe, falls in the same vein as stability. However, it has components of optimization. And so right now, I'm not so sure if that'll be fixed as the highest of priorities, but it is up there on the list. Again, in regards to stability, which is what our main focus is right now. I hope that answers the question as much as I can. Just don't play in HDR. No, some people want to, and it happens. It falls in the realm of stability. Yeah, it has not been fixed at all. Yeah, so that's something that will probably have to be on the list of things that get worked on.
It is one of the things that like it goes on to the same thing with the costumes that we were talking about earlier, where we launched it without a toggle option so we could see what happens. The 4K HDR stuff is the opposite. Basically, there is it's a display of why we kind of had to do it, is because even though there is an option and that option will decrease the crashes, there are quite a few people who won't use that. And I mean, I understand it. If I had the stuff to make it look good, I'd run it myself. But yeah, basically we had to see how that worked. Yeah, the 4K HDR stuff we're aware of. It's being looked into, but what we can do, we don't know yet. When do we expect the update to drop? As soon as we can drop it.
Yeah, as soon as it happens, it happens. It all comes back to what we hear back later tonight, and I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? I'll just take this time to kind of come forth with this as well. When we found the news about the delay happening, we were just kind of like, man, this is gonna suck. Because we just found the news as a team. And then we seriously contemplated, well, like, do we just put out a notice saying that it's been delayed and we'll do the stream when the update actually happens? And there was no telling when that was going to happen, and we had 5 minutes right before the stream, and there was already some people in the chat room that were waiting, of which those people were very upset with the news that they heard, but I think it would have been disingenuous to just again push that off and then wait that out and then explain more again. It probably wouldn't have worked. And I honestly, a lot of the comments that we got, yeah, sure, I know. I know. A lot of the comments that we got by DM was, you should be speaking, regardless of what happens. And I think a lot of people were sorry about, like, we're using you as a punching bag, but that's our job, right? Like, it is. I can't just be here to
deliver the good news.
Not just that, like, be the king of, like, delivering it. Like, I'm the reason there's good news. You can't do that and not take the hit as well. And after I got through my own thoughts for the last couple months of, you know, working on the patches and doing a lot of the background work with Shirna, working with, you know, our team, there was a lot of things that didn't work, or that we didn't explain, which were the patches. So I hope we explained it a little bit more this time around. And yeah, I hope you guys just take it out on me rather than on each other. Tell the people more about the Musa and why is everyone going to play him now. Zoomies. People like the zoomies.
Not just that, he cracked. He's cracked. He is out. No, I'm just joking.
Nah.
No, he's actually pretty good.
People like the zoomies. People like the wide range.
He got a lot of, range increases on a lot of his skills. In general, he's just been improved.
Yeah, in general. Musas are kind of dope. Bring out a dev to say the same things I said?
Wheel him out of the closet. He's just been sitting in there waiting for this day.
I think it would have been pretty bad if I would just like, right, sit here, say what I said, and I'll translate it again. And I think it would have been pretty bad. So, no, that's on me. I'll take that one. Is the current Rift event still going on? Or is maintenance?
Again, there's a lot of things that we have to double check in terms of the events of whether they are set to end at a specific time. Now,
Yeah.
when we set the events, there are some events that are set to end at specific times. There are some events that are set to end at the next maintenance. And what you guys see in the notices might be different from how it's set internally. So essentially, it depends what's going on there, if they're set to be off with the maintenance or off with a specific time trigger. We'll double check all of that, and we'll let you know.
Yeah. Can Wizard get forward evasion in using LT? Can evade in every direction, but forward flow is double tap. I haven't played Wiz in forever. Oh my god, do they have the same WW issue? Wiz players, do you guys have a WW issue? Oh my god. Okay, so Sork has a WW issue. Wiz, is there anyone else that has a WW issue except for Tamer who is getting fixed?
I'm just going to say, I know it's probably not the case. But
Forward evasion is teleport, right?
Forward evasion is teleport.
Is there anyone else? It's Sork and apparently Wiz that I have to look into. He shouldn't have evade forward for PvP. What?
Yeah. No, it's bouncing. He shouldn't have evade forward for PvP because he uses teleport instead of evasion.
Console can't handle Musa May dubs. Does everyone?
I don't know. I've been dubbing around on my Musa quite a bit. It's called Chase.
What?
The skill's Chase. Chase is dope.
You use it?
Basically WW.
You're using WW?
No, use
You
Chase.
can. Yeah, you use Chase.
Yeah. Can we graduate tomorrow? No, you'll be able to graduate.
Once the update goes live.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Will we get a pen Capodia neck when the delayed update comes?
If that's what you choose from your graduation,
When the update happens.
WW is Chase.
There's a lot of people doing dubs. Okay.
Hold on.
I can double forward on winch, but not with... Alright. Alright, there's going to be a lot of WWs. How come none of you guys said this when the Tamers were all in rage?
No, it might just be like, because they're thinking of the forward dash instead of the actual evasion, the forward evasion.
Oh, okay, never mind. I get it now. I get it now.
Wait. Chase isn't WW. Bro.
I get this now. I know why.
Oh, no, it is WW. Chase is WW. Okay. It's the same thing.
Okay. I really wish that Reboot came in today so I can start focusing on WW stuff today. But no.
They're confused. You TP forward, you evade sideways and backwards.
Right? Because Sork and Tamer have a different mechanic of WW versus, let's say, Witch Wiz, who are doing a skill to burst forward. Right? Am I incorrect about this? What is this, the fixed WW stream? Don't help you get out of here. Just because your Zerks don't have dubs. So
no,
now,
we'll take him. We'll take the issue if you want to give him.
you want a dub?
I mean,
What do you want the Zerg dub to do? Give you another grab?
no, man, we just got rid of one. We just got rid of Corpse Stone.
I'll bring it back for you.
Please. Sir, no.
No matter what direction you press, it's just Corpse Storm.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I needed to laugh a bit. All right, back to the more serious stuff again.
Every button I press is a new grab. Zerg just has 40 grab skills.
Oh, someone's going to yell at us when we're done. So if we never finish the stream, we'll never get yelled at.
Lava Pierce automatic grabs. Yeah, let's
Oh,
go.
Jesus. Any update for the Agris loot scroll change? It's been ages.
Any update for the Agris loot scroll change?
I know what you're talking about.
The charging one that you can turn on. And
Yeah.
off. Haven't heard anything. Wait. So since server not going down, Siege Node Wars not being reset. Not being reset yet.
If you don't think Sork's iframe is broken, then you're what's wrong with the community. Oh god, this is back to the dubs. Alright, we're gonna leave the WWE stuff for now. We'll come back to that sometime later. Give Warrior a double jump? I mean...
Are Sorcerer BAMs getting changed? I'm not sure. If I take a look, the problem is if I take a look, I'm not going to know what they are. I don't play Sorc, so I wouldn't be able to read the names. I can take a quick look to see.
Shies don't need a grab right now. Shies do not need a grab right now. Let's play this one out and see how it goes.
No, they need the long grab.
They really don't.
No, they 100%
That
do.
give everyone one day to get a note to siege. Yeah. I'll talk about that with Costa conflict. That's something that we'll have to talk with Costa and Grana. But no, shy grabs maybe not. Maybe not. Stark grabs maybe not. Hideous, get out of here. No, no. Look, not everyone is going to get WWs. Not everyone is going to get grabs. Shies might get. Wait, I was going to phrase that very incorrectly.
Yeah, I was going to say, you need to be very careful with what you're saying right now, because that sounds like a promise, mate. That sounds like a promise.
No, it's just going to be very inappropriate. Yeah, Guzman knows what I'm talking about. So, like, I think Shies will be all right without a grab or, you know? Shy grab confirmed for Shies. No, none of that has happened.
I'm not even going to joke. I've been in trouble for this before. I'm not going to do it again.
That's actually not a bad idea. Give Striker another grab, but this time he uses his toes. That's a solid idea. That's actually a really solid idea. I really like that one.
All right. Sir, you got to be careful, man.
Bobby Gobert, that's not what we do, man. That's not a shy skill. That's not going to happen. Oh, I can't believe I read that one. There's a lot of suggestions that are happening in chat. I feel like you guys took that witch story I gave you guys and ran with it. Are we getting the Carafresh extraction thing? Yes, when the update happens.
When the update happens.
When the update happens, that Carafresh extraction event will happen, where instead of 95%, 100% of your Carafresh stones is extracted, and instead of at 100,000 silver, it'll be at 1 silver. During the event period, that will be on the notice when the update goes out. Oh, my rings are jingling too much. Okay. Oh, YouTube got weird. Twitch is all right, which is a very weird dynamic at this point. Grab for pets. Huh.
Right now, I'm feeling very hot fuzz. Like, you know how they're all like for the greater good?
Yeah.
Whenever it's like, when the update comes out, when the update comes out.
I want a pew pew. Give me my rework.
When we can, we will.
When it happens, I promise that will happen.
But you know what? Doing Kashima's job is really easy, man.
Yeah, because you have a mic and you're talking as well. But Kashima actually just has to watch us, listen to us, and just fall asleep, you know? Like, if you had to, it's really tough, you know? Unless you're directly interacting and having your questions answered and stuff like that, it's tough to go through a full stream, which is why I want to make a shorter version. But, yeah. Yeah.
Ackman, history of Trash Loot price update. I don't think there's any. I don't know what's going on with that at the moment. I know it's been suggested. I know people heard it.
Yeah.
As for a status update, no idea.
No, Kashima's a good person.
Oh, Kashima's dope.
Yeah.
Love him to pieces, but we'll always rip into him. He's one of the. He's a beautiful person, but he does have. How can I say? He makes a lot of mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will siege payouts be removed? All of that detail will have to go in with the maintenance notices, I guess, when we do it.
The payout should already have gone, no? Doesn't that usually go out?
Regardless of when we have to kind of figure everything out.
I'll try to find it.
Yeah, we'll kind of have to go from there.
Wouldn't be in the Conquest War report, would it? No. Okay, during the upcoming update,
Please remove
nodes and territories owned by guilds will be reset. It's just that data being reset.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if I have anything about the payouts. Removal of forts, command post, field HQ annexes in Conquest War areas. Removal of forts by occupying guilds in node war areas.
This is a Q&A, but aren't you guys too overwhelmed to even answer future content questions?
Future content questions are always...
Oh, I know what you mean by this. So, right now we had to be the bearer of bad news. That's fine. It's not so much as like we're overwhelmed to be able to answer future content, but right now future content isn't being scheduled aside from the rework. And like I said, the focus is on stability than everything else. So a lot of the future content questions I can't answer except for the reboot and season graduation, which is the next update. But even that, I can't give you a date on it yet. And for that, I'm sorry. That kind of sucks. Can we get life skiller content? Right, I was supposed to talk about this. So life skiller content, so we had like a brainstorm of things, and content help. I'll talk about that. So we had a brainstorm of what things we want to do, and a lot of the ideas I presented were for were from our community, like things like the fishing rod that people talked about, the treasure item kind of thing, and how we want the farming stuff to work. So like nothing is in the realm of impossibility. It's just more like I have to keep pushing, you know. I have to keep reminding and keep saying these ideas. So whenever people send us those ideas, I just try to forward it, regardless of if I like it or not. You know, unless they're like really trolly, you know. So, oh, Faye. But yeah, where did it go? There was another one. Are the reworks coming out with this update? Yes, when the update comes out.
Yep. Someone was saying that cronstones are like much cheaper to buy from blacksmiths elsewhere. I have no idea about that because, from what I know, it's 2 mil around the board. When the update happens,
Is YouTube fighting about Sage versus Sork?
it's not an update. The Sage will win. Hey.
So,
Sorks up, hey.
Sorks, you don't get to talk about Sorks. You've already upset a lot of people about it. Let's not bring back the Sork argument. Whoever said that, PM me. Oh man.
If you're like, from what I know, nobody really buys chrome stones from the blacksmith unless absolutely necessary.
Yep, and I'll talk about this one again because
go.
someone just came into YouTube and said it. Why didn't you guys just tweet this stuff instead of doing an unnecessary stream and making people watch the kind of thing? Honestly, that was on my mind as we got the news. Had the news when we got that, I was like, maybe we should, but the amount of people that were upset that we didn't have communication for the last 2 months versus the people that are upset about why are you just here to give us bad news? The people who didn't have communication were far more vocal during the time that we weren't there. And like I said, that is on me. And I no, don't attack people. I understand. I completely understand. Because the YouTube comment section is going to be really rough after this. The amount of people that were upset that there was no communication because it just looked like, yo, you just straight up bounced and didn't tell anyone, which is true. We didn't, right? Like, we didn't do that. And, you know, for a certain extent, maybe we should have done that or at least had a viable reasoning and stuff like that. But I think it would have been very concerning for the community if I was just like, look, I'm upset. I don't like the way that the streams are going, and maybe the people were right that we shouldn't be doing these. And we had other stuff to work on. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with that. That's pretty much it. You guys didn't even show up on Christmas. We wanted to do... Oh, man. I wanted to do a Christmas-ish stream and kind of work on some stuff. But there was a patch that went out the day after Christmas.
Day of Christmas.
Day of Christmas. On PST? For us, it was after.
No, it was Christmas Day.
Oh, because the platforms are different, right? So there was something that I wanted to do and kind of work on with, you know, Shirna, and on all servers, Asia, and all this kind of stuff. I wanted that to happen, but with that patch going out, that was more important because that helps. That patch helped a lot, and I think again it would have been pretty bad if we just did a stream. But yeah, let's go from there. What happened? Are the reworks coming this update or not? It will come in this update, but the update is somewhat delayed until further notice, which when we say further notice, I mean later tonight, we'll get information and then share that information. There was no snow during the Christmas event, hands down worst event. I understand, but snow killed our game. Snow killed our game last year. If you guys remember this, it was, you know, that was a bad time.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, the snow was really great if you were farming, because, like, it didn't matter.
It permanently kept your farms watered.
It was so beautiful. The snow was great for people who were farming, but it was rough. The music should have been in. It should have been.
It should have been.
It was one of the reasons why I was upset. Not seriously, but yeah.
We legitimately asked, and we were legitimately yeah, it's in, bro. It's in, bro. And then the guy who said it took off the rest of the year for vacation because he had built up days. He just disappeared. Update comes out, no Christmas music. We were like, is that why he bounced?
I was, yeah.
Is that why he's gone? He knew what he did.
I was upset. The snow, it wasn't so much to kill the game. It just really, really hurt.
It drags things down a lot.
Yeah, the cherry blossom trees. For those of you who remember, if you went down the cherry blossom road, you couldn't get back out in a certain time frame. So it was kind of tough. Because of that and the patch that happened, we wanted to do more. Like I said, that's on me. That was a very long-winded explanation as to why we just didn't simply tweet and why I'm here in front of you on Shirna's here, but he's off camera because Kashman's not here. But this
Yeah.
is why we did the stream today.
Only one guy could add the music. The music has to be added and changed during the maintenance. He was the guy who said that. I'll set it.
Yeah, the way that you said it, you made it sound like there's a guy
Only
who pushes
him.
a button
There is
and then bounces.
one guy in the whole office. He has one button on his desk, and that button just says Christmas music. And like no one else could press. No, legitimately, it
Yeah.
had to go in with the update. Unfortunately, it didn't make it.
Where did it go? There was another one. Yeah, let's do it. So, Hideous, can you please delve into like what happened with console at Coffee and Ball? Coffee and Ball happened when again? It was December
8th, I want to say, maybe 11th, maybe.
There it is,
sometime in
right?
December.
It was in the first 2 weeks of December, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the date is not so much as important as opposed to it being the month. In that month, the amount of Savage Sloth maybe, the amount of patches that we were preparing and kind of funneling through was a lot, and I think a lot of the things that we did after the ball was more in response to previous patches that we've done. So for example, like let's say Monday a patch went out. Tuesday or Thursday we have another patch that's about to be ready, but we have to kind of wait on how Monday went and to kind of see how that worked. And everything is kind of interconnected. The amount of information that we could have shared at Calpheon Ball was probably not enough. The Calpheon Ball talked about the winter region, alpacas. What else was there?
Fishing, the new RBF.
Fishing, new RBF, and they did a Yar game, right? They did the live Yar game,
Yeah.
which sucked. And like in terms of like for console representation, like people from console were really upset about it. So were we. And there was like one question about how what was it? Optimization and stabilization. It kind of sucked that we didn't have an answer for that, but right now, the amount of patches that did go out have helped considerably. Except for Hades' case, which I really need to look into. And it's something that I want to talk about with the teams going forward. And we meant this as a joke a long time ago. But I would like to do a rando glitch ball that's all about console. Once the crashes go down, I want to do something called a glitch ball where it's literally just me and Shirna.
In a swamp. Just so I can say, get out my swamp.
Yes, in
Get
a
out
swamp
my
and do
swamp.
something. Because I think having it being the kind of put together with the PC informations and stuff like that, and like the general IP as a whole, it's kind of tough, So I'm wondering if we can do that. And there's no promises on that, but that's something that I'm personally trying to work on. If it happens, it happens, I also don't think that me and Shirna should do it, honestly. I think maybe new faces would be better to do it. Like a console-specific ball.
The glitch ball?
Yeah. I think
That was my dream.
that someone else will live for you. Sorry, that's a mean joke at Sharon's expense, but I think maybe some new faces would be good for doing those kind of things. And we'll have to see. Yeah. We'll have to see how that goes. If we could be a field boss, it'd be kind of sweet too. But yeah, maybe some new faces.
I guess we should probably cut it here.
How long have we been going? A while. Yeah, YouTube's not gonna be happy about this. But I'll how should we do this? No, we'll leave it. We'll leave this as a record that's just gonna be up on YouTube as well. So, we can take all the trends and whatnot. Almost 3 hours. On me? Like, I've just been in front for 3 hours? Well, Shirna was here too, like in front of the camera.
Here, I've just been handling
No news on the Shy tool.
the music tool, music composition. We have nothing for that.
No, but you will be able to go zoomies. The zooms are going to be good.
The surfboarding skill is pretty good.
It is
on
fun.
the Shy.
It is genuinely fun.
All right, guys. We're gonna have to call it here. We have other things we didn't realize. I honestly didn't realize the time.
Oh,
If I'd have known,
I'm
I'd
very
just-
sorry, yeah.
If I'd have known, I'd just turn the stream off. But unfortunately, yeah, we didn't. So I'm gonna leave it from over here because I don't want to have to carry the mic over. So
Fair.
guys, thank you all for joining us. I know it's been rough finding out that the reboots weren't coming in when we planned them to. The delays that have happened. But we're hoping to get it through as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say, Trent? To close us off?
I'm going to get a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Um,
There will be no raid / whatever tonight
Yeah.
because I completely forgot that Kashima does that.
you don't know how to do it, do you?
I know how to do it. I haven't prepared.
Yeah, that's it from us today. I'm sorry for personally how negative and upset I was. It's not professional. I'll have to do better next time. But yeah, that's it from me. Sure.
Yeah, that's it from me too. So we'll see you soon, I guess.
Cheers,
Laters,
everyone.
guys.